Hey there, my little pirates and ninjas, Death Reapers and Exorcists. Welcome to the very first, long-awaited, and very much anticipated, drawing tutorial. Before I begin, I have to tell you that, I'm not saying that there is a good, and a bad way of drawing skin. This is just the way I do it. I'll try to explain the best way I can, and I hope you understand. Now, let us begin. Do you have your wands ready? Good. First, I like to cover the entire skin portion with the first layer of color. I usually use the color sand, or tan, for that first layer. If you don't have that color, you could use other colors, like yellow, or orange, or light flesh. The main thing is that you don't have to apply any pressure to the pencil. Just hold it very relaxed in your hand, and try to apply the color evenly across. If you apply too much pressure on the pencil, you'll make the first layer too dark, then the rest of the skin becomes darker. If you want to make the skin darker, then apply more pressure. It depends only on you. You really need to keep in mind that it all depends on the pressure. Start with a very low pressure, then apply more if needed. It's just like cooking. If it needs more condiments, put more. After I cover all the area with this first color, I use the same pencil, and I mark the edges of the shadows on the skin. The shadows that the hair leaves, the shadows in the ears, the chin, the eyes, the nose, the mouth. Just be careful to know from where the light comes. Even if you use a reference, be aware of the direction of the light, and how it lands on the face, and where shadows could form. I just mark the edges of those shadows with the same color, so that there is a smooth transition between the first color and the next one. Next, I use a Faber-Castell pencil, with the color light flesh. I use this one a lot. Just like the first color, I color the edges of the shadows, but just a bit more, in accordance with the first color. It depends on the area, but in some places, I just cover the whole shadow area. In some places, I just add the second layer of the gradient, using darker colors for the rest of the shadow. Just keep in mind that pencil pressure. Add more salt, add less salt. Next, I use another Faber-Castell pencil. This time is the color Cinnamon. I use this one mostly as the last color in the skin gradient. In some areas, I use it as the last color to finish the shadow. In some areas, I just add a little more cinnamon color. In some other areas, I add much more. It just depends on the area of the shadow. Just take it slowly, don't rush, but don't be afraid to experiment with the colors. Next, I use another color, Indian red, to strengthen some shadows, some more, some less. But I use this color mostly to strengthen the inking lines. The lines from the eyes, the nose, the ear, the mouth, the jaw. I don't really like to leave the inking lines as they are, black. I like to cover them with a color or two. I just think it blends better with the rest of the colored area, and it also straightens those lines that came out a little shaky. And what I like to do with this color, keeping in mind that I will use one last color for the inking lines, is that I like to extend those lines just a little bit more, ending them with a faded out color. I don't really like my lines and color gradients very rigid. I like to blend them, and keep them smooth. The last color I will use is burnt umber. Just like the Indian red color, I use this one to strengthen the inking lines. I just color the lines. I don't extend the color, like I do with the Indian red one. And the last thing I like to do is that I use white to smooth over that first layer of color. There are chances that you didn't cover the whole area of the skin with that first color, so using white, you will smooth over that color, and even brighten it a little, making the whole gradient look very smooth, and blending it very well. You just touch up some areas you think that they need some more coloring, or smoothing, or blending, and you're done. That's it. This is how I do it. I hope you like this tutorial, and I hope you understood it. If you still have questions, just leave a comment, or send me a telegram. Thank you for watching, and don't forget, this video will self-destruct in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You dead.